If you clicked on this video, you need no introduction as to who SpongeBob is. A legendary figure in animation and pop culture, you've seen him whether it be through social media, merch, or the actual show itself. He's a figure up there with the likes of Bart Simpson, Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, and Tom and Jerry. All of this is thanks to the hit phenomenon that SpongeBob was when it first dropped. The only reason it's been able to last for this long, with seasons even releasing as recent as 2025, is because of how wildly successful SpongeBob was in the 2000s and 2010s. This culminated in multiple movies being released, with the first one releasing in 2004. For the purposes of this video, this is where my focus will lie. Despite me being 2 years old when this movie dropped, I loved it with my whole heart and consider it one of my favorite movies ever. So I hope to demonstrate that love to you all as best as I can. So without further ado, what better place to start than with the story? This movie starts with our main character, SpongeBob SquarePants, waking up and getting ready for work. Today, the Krusty Krab 2 makes his grand opening and its new manager will be announced. With his track record, SpongeBob thinks it's gonna be him. Once he makes it to the grand opening, the manager is announced, and it ends up being Squidward who gets it, not SpongeBob. Feeling like he was robbed, SpongeBob and Patrick drown their sorrows at the Goofy Goober's ice cream party boat. Behind the scenes, Plankton plots a scheme to steal King Neptune's crown. His goal? To frame Mr. Krabs and take the secret Krabby Patty formula. Once he has it, he plans to take over the world once everyone is eating at his restaurant. Neptune falls for the ploy and freezes Mr. Krabs before planning to execute him. But SpongeBob and Patrick strike a deal with him. We'll get your crown back in a week and prove his innocence. Now the movie begins. We see our characters ride the paddy wagon, go to the Thug Tug, survive rock bottom, make it to Shell City, and bring the crown back. But it isn't enough because Plankton has enslaved all of Bikini Bottom, including King Neptune. So the only way SpongeBob and Patrick can save them is through becoming the wizard he was meant to be and save them with his righteous guitar playing. Once everyone is free, Mr. Krabs gives him the promotion, making SpongeBob the new manager.
Don't need a license to drive a sandwich.
Prior to this movie, the show ran for 3 seasons, so creator Steven Hillenburg, God rest his soul, intended for it to end here with this movie. As a result, Steven Hillenburg left because his vision was finally realized. There was nothing left for him to do. But since the show was so popular, Nickelodeon kept it going and going and going. We see this even today with shows like Smiling Friends ending at their peak instead of running on fumes until the wheels fall off. A lot of shows, SpongeBob included, suffer this fate thanks to TV networks prioritizing profits a show can bring them. That's why seasons 1 through 3 compared to the rest of the show feel so different, is because they were. New writers bring in their new style of comedy and writing, resulting in a new show. If you enjoy later SpongeBob seasons, all the power to you. Don't let my opinion stop you from doing so. And while I say this at risk of sounding like a bitter old man, I can't in good faith say that Nickelodeon extending this show for as long as they did sits right with me. But barring my opinion, this movie without a doubt feels like a conclusive end to SpongeBob's story and his character arc. Not only do we see characters from the show make appearances, but new ones as well. New locations and changes like the Krusty Krab 2 opening changed the show forever. With a kids show that usually returns to the status quo after every episode, this level of permanence is important, but none demonstrates this sense of finality better than SpongeBob himself. He undergoes growth in this movie that finalized who he is as a character. Throughout the show, we see SpongeBob as a happy-go-lucky guy. He has immense amounts of joy and whimsy, but he's not one note either. We see him get angry, sad, annoyed, and even a little sassy. He's a character with a wide range of emotions and aspirations, making him a dynamic leading role who enhances the rest of the cast. But he didn't grow as a character. He could never get his driver's license, never moved up in his job, and never changed as a person. The reason being because he didn't need to. It's an episodic kids show that airs weekly. That big of a change is viewed as too risky by show writers and TV executives. So what better way to show growth in the movie than by tackling his character on a fundamental level? SpongeBob is perceived as a kid, and because of it, it bars him from becoming a manager. Which, to be fair, with the way he presents himself, it's hard not to view him as one. So not only is his journey to Shell City meant for saving Mr. Krabs, it's also meant to prove he's a man. He says so himself after all. Time and again, however, we see SpongeBob and Patrick stumble. This journey is grueling and almost gets the best of them at every turn. And every time, when they try to be men, it fails. Even when Mindy gives them the mustaches, they only survive because they were singing about being men. They shared their whimsy with the monsters, like a kid would. They only progress because they're kids. They only survive because they're kids. They only beat Plankton because they're kids. That's why the finale feels so great. This is a coming of age story, but it's not about becoming men. SpongeBob and Patrick instead are reaffirmed on an irrefutable fact. they're kids. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a kid sometimes. You don't need to change who you are to conform to the world around you. Be yourself and let your small bubble change the world itself. Being an adult is something kids idolize, but in my opinion, enjoy being a kid while you can. Cherish your childhood and embrace it before it's gone. SpongeBob is a show that can be enjoyed by both adults and kids. That's what made it so popular and a cultural touchstone even to this day. He encapsulates what childhood feels like, a memory of a time when things were simpler. Adults can look back on it with nostalgia while kids can relate to it because they're there now. The SpongeBob movie is a tale of self-acceptance, a hero's journey of reaffirming who you are and changing the world through it. A journey about being a kid and being okay with that because that's who you are and that's fine. This movie makes me cry every time I see it or even think about it. It means a lot to me because of its messaging, its comedy, its characters, what it means for the show, and of course, what it means to me. It reminds me of my childhood and what it was like, watching SpongeBob in the top bunk of my bed while my grandma slept in the bottom bunk in 2010. And I wouldn't have it any other way because it means that this movie still makes me feel something. Please don't kill me, Viacom. I need this. Thank you all so much for watching. This is a bit of a weird video because it's not a review per se. It's me more venting about what this movie means to me. So if this video seems a bit disorganized and scattered compared to my other ones, I apologize for that. Let me know what you all think about this movie down below. I'm interested to see what you all think. I'm not a SpongeBob diehard, but I grew up with it as a kid. So SpongeBob is inadvertently tied to my childhood. Before I go, Ace Attorney will be complete. That without a doubt will be my next video. So stay tuned for the streams as we finish that up, and for the video that releases afterwards as well. As always though, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
I'll release you from the chains of your past.
I will protect the future.
The present day. The here and now that you've stolen. Time to take it back.